Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today, I want to share with you my most sultry, seductive, intoxicating scents. So sometimes as a woman, you just want to have a little bit of mystery. You want to, just have an air about you. And when you walk through a room, you want to leave a trail of delicious intoxication. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure every woman kind of likes to do that once in a while. So these are scents that do that. Now, for me, I'm married. I'm married, and so, I only really want to be intoxicating one man, but honestly, I want to intoxicate myself. Like, I want a scent that puts me in a mood. I want a scent sometimes that makes me feel all mysterious and sultry, and so these are the scents that really do it for me in that department for different reasons. So, I'm going to share those with you, and if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much. Please feel free to give this video a thumbs up, share, like, all that kind of stuff, and leave any comments you'd like. It just helps the community and the channel grow. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first intoxicating, seductive scent that I have for you is Michael Kors Starlight Shimmer. Now, this one has 3 notes. It has rose, amber, and saffron, but I'm sure there's more. So this smells like a tamer version of Oud Bouquet by Lancome or Shaghoff Oud. So when I think of intoxicating or sultry or seductive, like there's scents that just kind of go bam right in your face. I don't think of that when I think of intoxicating or sultry. I think of mysterious. I think of something where, you walk by and someone goes like this and is like wondering where it came from. It didn't necessarily, they don't necessarily know where it is. They want to search it out. So to me, all of these scents are kind of like that. None of them are like bam in your face. This one, it smells like there's oud in there. It smells like there'd be a praline or a vanilla. So recently I smelt, I think it's Midnight Shimmer. Is that the one that's super popular by Michael Kors? I think it is. It's the one that's got gold sparklies on the bottle. I think it's kind of navy. So that one is kind of more of a pure vanilla. I thought it was really pretty. But this one has a little bit more of a sultry factor in it, I think. And it plays better on my skin. So I liked that other Michael Kors quite a lot when I first sprayed it on, but as it dried down, it just was it fell flat for me. But this one's got like just a bit more deep, a little bit more seductiveness to it. So this one's gorgeous. I imagine, you're at an event and you walk by in a red dress, and as you walk by, there's just this trail of rose and just a hint of sweetness with a hint of oud somehow, and that's this one. So it's a good one. Now the next one is a lot sweeter, I would say, and it's Dolce Gabbana, The Only One Intense. Now this one, what I get from this, more and more I'm smelling the apple. Before I didn't smell the apple, but now I'm smelling the apple. So the opening of this one is neroli, apple, and mandarin. I can smell that apple quite a lot in the head, or like on the cap here. And then the mid is coconut, jasmine, and orange blossom. And then the base is cashmere wood, cedar wood, and vanilla. So this comes across primarily as a boozy coconut, and then as it dries down, you get a little bit of that spicy cedar coming through. I just think it's gorgeous. I think it's a real rich smell. It's a little, like a hint of tropic to it. It lasts a decent amount of time. And again, it just smells quite sweet and edible to me with like the apple, the coconut. Yeah, this one's just delicious. Oh, I love it. And yeah, I find this one quite seductive and sultry, especially as it dries down and you get that little bit of the cedar wood. It's just fantastic. So I highly recommend this one. Now the next one that I have for you is new to my collection, and it's La Rive Taste of Kiss. And this is the dupe for Lancome's La Nuit Trésor. So This one has a ton of notes. I'm gonna just read it for you because it's crazy. The top notes are bergamot, pear, and tangelo. The mid is strawberry, passion fruit, rose, vanilla, orchid. And the base, and that's where the majority of the notes are, it's crazy, praline, lychee, incense, papyrus, patchouli, caramel, coffee, vanilla, tonka, and licorice. So that's why I had to read it, so many notes. This one, I just love it. Now, I don't know, I haven't actually sniffed La Nuit Trésor, so I have no idea how close this one is, but the notes were exactly the same. Oh, to me this just comes across as kind of a, it'd be like a chocolate that has like a strawberry liqueur center, like kind of a strawberry coffee liqueur center, if that was possible. So I get this beautiful hint of chocolate in there, even though chocolate's not listed. It must be the praline and the caramel, but it comes across as chocolatey goodness. It just smells edible, like the whole thing smells edible, but sensually edible, like drizzling yourself completely in chocolate and strawberries, and then you've got this one. So this one is quite seductive, I think. It's not overpowering again, but it's just going to leave this alluring scent that's way more gourmand. And on the La Nuit Trésor Fragrantica page, they called this a gourmand aphrodisiac. And I would have to say I agree. Like, I put this on and instantly couldn't stop sniffing myself. So this one's a hit for me. I can't wait to smell the Lancome version. This is the one that I have right now, and it's quite tasty. And what I'm finding with all the La Rive perfumes now, I know some people don't like dupes, but everybody has different income brackets. And so some people can't afford to drop $100 or however much the designer perfumes are. And so I really do appreciate artistry and the creativity that comes into it. But even when you think about fashion, if we held perfumes in the same light that we held in fashion, we would never wear anything from H&M or Zara. We would only wear Chanel and Burberry and all of the designers, because they're the ones that kind of created everything we see in the stores, in the department stores and whatnot. A lot of it is knockoffs. So we have that because we would never be able to afford the Chanel version, right? So for some people, this is what they can afford, and so that's awesome. I'm happy that there's perfumes out there. That doesn't negate the artistry of the original creation. The way I look at it is, it actually, emulation is the sincerest form of flattery. So yeah, that's how I would choose to look at this. When I can, I choose to buy the original just because I like that. But I just think this is a great alternative for anyone that's looking for a more affordable version of La Nuit Trésor. I'm having a hard time talking. Okay, that's my pep talk. Now the next one I have, I've talked about a ton, and it is Olympia Intense. Now this one has 3 notes as well: salt, amber, and vanilla. This just smells so incredibly sexy to me. So this one, with that salt, it kind of smells like skin. So I just imagine someone luxuriously baking in the sun after being in an ocean. Yeah, it smells super duper sexy to me. This one is one of my favorite scents, actually, for putting me in a mood. I like this one. I like it a lot. I like to sniff it. Yeah, so this one is just beautiful. It's quite like thick. Like, to me this one smells, so this one smells like you know, your skin, you've been out in the sun a lot and you're really salty. And then you drizzle an ambered honey all over your body. That's what this smells like. So I think this one's quite seductive, quite intoxicating, if I do say so myself. It intoxicates me. Now the next one is probably one that people wouldn't think of as intoxicating, but intoxicating doesn't have to be deep and sexy. Sometimes intoxicating is feminine and just kind of, I don't know, understated. So Dolce Garden somehow totally is intoxicating to me. So this one, the opening is Neroli, Mandarin, and Magnolia. And then in the mids you get Frangipani, Ylang Ylang, and Coconut. So this one's a little bit more tropical. It certainly is more floral, but there's still a gourmand element to it. And then in the dry down, you get sandalwood, vanilla, and almond. So this one's quite gourmand, but because of the floral, it's not necessarily like totally edible. This one just to me, it's a little bit musky seeming. And I just think it's intoxicating, but it's one that's more alluring and feminine. So if you don't like going deep, dark, and sultry, then this is more of that alluring, feminine, you know, just, I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, for whatever reason, I just do. I find this one quite intoxicating. It's so crazy because I really didn't like this one to begin with, and now it's honestly, it's one of my favorites. Like I really, really do enjoy this. So thank you, Anna Absolute, for continually talking about this one. She loves this one. I'm glad she kept on talking about it because it's really a good one to have. So, and actually these two are similar. So they have similar nuances with the coconut. This one's a little bit deep, dark, sexy. This is more of the feminine version. Now I have two more for you, and the first one is newer to my collection as well. Both of these are courtesy of, you guessed it, Lori. So thank you, Lori. So this is La Belle by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Now I've got another one that is very, like, I think sexy as well, which is Classique Essence de Parfum. But again, that one's a little bit more bam in your face. This one, well, Jean-Paul Gaultier in general is pretty bam in your face. This one is pear, vanilla, and vetiver. Again, my guess is there's a little bit of woods in there. Well, the vetiver kind of adds to that spice, but smells like there's more stuff going on here than just those three notes. But I love this one. This one I had to warm up to as well. I don't know why, but like this one had to warm up to. This one I had to warm up to, but I love it. I just think it smells thick, syrupy. This one smells totally edible again. And this one is really feminine because of that pear. I just think it's intoxicating. Like it really is, truly. That's the only word to use to describe this one, is intoxicating. Love it. Love it. Now I saved my favorite for last. Now this one is a bit in your face, but it is Alien Essence Absolue. Oh. Oh, it's just so good. Now this one is very intoxicating and exceptionally seductive. This would be the most seductive one that I have. This one has jasmine in the opening, then it has cashmere wood and orris root in the mid, and then in the dry down you have incense, myrrh, amber, and vanilla. This one smells like alien on steroids, man. Like this is alien, but then it's got like these deep, dark, ambery, resinous, vanillic, indolic. It's amazing. I personally find this one extremely mysterious. This is, you know, I just imagine, okay, I'm totally getting a vibe. So this one, I imagine a woman and she's got her hair and makeup all done. She's wearing high heels, but she's wearing a black silk robe, like just one of those thin robes that just kind of hugs the curves of her body. And she's living, of course, in a mansion, and she's walking down a staircase into a living room with a big, huge fire going, and there's velvet furniture, like a velvet kind of chaise lounge, and she sits in there. And then her man comes home after a long day's work, and he just smells this, just kind of just wafting a little bit, and he follows the trail and he finds her waiting for him. That's what this reminds me of. This one is just this one's good. This one's good. This one is worth having if you can find it. Now this one's hard to find. I do have a video coming soon of a dupe, but yes, this one is worth having if you can find it. Some people have said if you mix Alien regular with Jean Paul Gaultier Classique Essence de Parfum, you get something similar. I think you would, but it wouldn't be quite as deep, dark, and sexy as this, because this has the incense and the myrrh in it, which kind of gives it just a little extra whatever. So that's it. Those are my most intoxicating, sexy, sultry scents at the moment. The only other one I would include, I don't have it, but is Tom Ford Noir Parfum. Ooh, like there's lots, but that one's, I've got my eye on it for that reason. I just find that one intoxicating. It's rich, it's sultry, it's sexy, all that. So anyway, let me know what your most intoxicating perfumes are. I would love to know. And also feel free to join me over on Instagram. I post there pretty much every day. I've been doing a series, or have done a series recently, where I wear a different perfume every day, and I do minute reviews of those fragrances. So please feel free to go check those out. And yeah, I think that's it. Have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.